Hi, welcome to the show. Welcome to Talking Reckless, a podcast loosely, tangentially about video games. My name is Matt Eads. I'm joined by Brandon Lynch.
I feel like these podcasts need to be less and less about video games in order for us to even have the podcast.
And we're also joined by Kyle. Have we used Barrett? I think we have, right? From Final Fantasy?
I don't think we use Barrett. We use Berthold, which is
Berthold
close.
from, yeah. Okay, Kyle Bei-Jung-ho. Let's see what Bei Jiang-ho is a character from the anime Inazuma 11 Go: Galaxy.
Perfect.
They have been indexed
all about that.
as a male teen with red eyes and blonde/yellow hair that is 2 ears length. It is down to the ears. It is not the length of one ear and then a second ear.
We're out here. The big melt.
What does that even mean?
Means everything is melting and fucking shit up.
Yes, literally the big melt here in beautiful Edmonton.
It was a nice weekend.
Yeah, super. It's
two days over plus 10.
Super nice right now. I got the window open. I got the fan blown in. We're probably gonna hear some cars now that it's springtime.
Yeah, you hear those cars? Can you hear my cars?
No, not right now. It's usually motorbikes.
Cars.
Usually motorcycles are what pick up. Welcome everybody. What were we talking about when I'm like, wait, hold this. Let's bring us in here.
I'm moving.
You're moving.
I'm leaving the nest.
Apartment.
My post-nest.
Are you moving to another apartment, 316?
I'm moving to another apartment, but I'm moving to an apartment that I will live at on my lonesome.
Is it on the third floor? Is it the 16th unit of the third floor?
No, it's the 7th unit of the third floor.
Missed out. You got a bid in though on 16, right? On 316.
No, they only had the one. I was like, "Do you have anything on the top floor?" And they're like, "No." And I was like,
"You can go to a different
building."
building.
Have anything
then.
on the second from the top floor? They're like, "Yeah, we have this one." I'm like,
You should have just
take
demanded it. Should have just walked in there. I'll take unit 16.
Yeah.
16, move to 7. Thanks.
Yeah.
Maybe
switch.
1,000 Canadian dollars would change your mind.
It's a concrete building, so in theory,
yeah.
I should not hear anyone above me.
Yeah,
Or
perfect.
Dope,
unless they're doing jumping jacks or some shit. In which case, good on them. You got to stay in shape.
Yeah, playing
Tornado proof.
We fit up there. I want to move to sorry.
It's close. It's very close to where I am now. So just on the other side of the old Henday.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited. I got underground parking with like additional storage underground, which I didn't even know I had until after I had signed the lease agreement.
That's fancy.
And the guy took me down. And he's like, "I'll show you your parking spot." I'm like, "Oh, yeah, that's a great spot." He's like, "Yeah, and all this space behind this steel or this chain link fence is your fucking storage." And I was like, "Oh, sir, I don't have anything that will ever go down here, but good,
like your
good
tires or
yeah,
Bike or something.
Yeah,
and
I wouldn't.
It would be good. It'll be good for as I acquire stuff, because in theory, if things don't go poorly for me in life, I should only be upgrading from here.
Yeah.
So,
what do you really need? We just need a good chair to sit in, good chair to fall into at the end of the day.
No, totally. But
nice bed.
If I want to buy more pictures, stuff like that for a place that I might one day move to, because I'm saving money here, whereas the next place I move to, I may no longer be saving money. So buy shit, throw it in my storage locker. It'll be there when I move out of here.
Yeah, that's exciting. Moving to your first solo place is super exciting.
Yeah.
Moving sucks though in general.
Yeah, I don't own a lot of stuff though.
Yeah.
And even of the stuff I do own, I'm leaving a lot of it here because I want new stuff. So
what is the over under on you guys getting your damage deposit back?
There is no it is 0.
No over.
There is no there's no question.
No bet.
There's no bet. No, I think so on one hand, we put a hole in the wall.
A big ass hole in the wall.
And we kind of dusted our hands of the old damage deposit there. We're like, well, at least we know now that we're not getting that back. So there's no argument. Like sometimes you have messy arguments with your landlords over if you deserve the damage deposit back. And we just knew at the time. But the good news is I think, and this is going to kind of fall to Warren because he's going to be moved. I told him, send me half the cleaning bill if you get any professional cleaning done, and send me half the bill for the junk guys when they come and take any furniture that we're not taking away. But it's kind of falling to him now. in terms of actually getting the stuff done, booking the stuff, being home for it, and everything. But one of the nice things is I think they're just tearing this whole place apart after we move, because they have been renovating this building unit by unit as people have moved out for a long time, and I think they're just gutting the place and putting in new fucking carpeting and flooring and baseboards and everything. So part of me thinks that at least maybe he can save on cleaning, because they're like, we're just taking this shit out anyway.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll luck out. Maybe they'll just be nice, and since they're just going to reno it, they'll give you
Yeah.
a deposit.
Maybe.
Sometimes it
That'd
happens.
be nice.
You know?
Yep.
It's happened to me
So-
before.
I'm having an easy move because Warren decided to stick around here for a little bit, so I don't even have to get all my shit out by the end of March. Also, I can start moving in on March 20th. So between the 10 days early, the guy's letting me in rent-free, and the month at least that Warren's going to be here afterwards, I'm just be taking truckloads back and forth.
Yeah, that's the way to do it. That's a good setup. Moving totally does suck, but if you can just sort of, do it in small chunks, it's not as bad, I guess.
Yeah, I think there'll be one day with an actual like U-Haul where I'll move my bed and my bookshelf and my TV and my TV stand and everything, and then most of the stuff around here, I'm like, oh, I could just fucking throw that in a bag and put it in the back of my vehicle and drive it over there.
All the clothes go into a garbage bag. Everything else goes into another garbage bag.
Yeah, a few boxes full of fucking video games that I'll never play again.
Now is the time for downsizing. When I moved here, I brought all my Xbox and PS3 games. Turned out to be a mistake.
Yeah, I know it's a mistake. There's a lot of stuff that I'm literally like asking Warren. I'm like, you can actually have this. If you don't make me take it, you can have this, or just throw it in a pile and the junk guys can take it away at the end of the day. And there's some stuff that even he's like, no, fucking get it out of here now. And I'm like, yeah, that's fair. No one needs a copy of fucking Madden 02.
Be worth big money someday.
Yeah, you never know.
Start investing now. Your Madden 02 NFT.
The next Blades of Steel.
That's
It's
cool.
also relatively close to Popeye's chicken, which obviously, that's the only places I was looking at. But
they're not. Listen, I think I'd rather go to a KFC than a Popeyes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Ooh.
The only
I
good
hate
thing
KFC now.
about the
By
Popeyes,
hate KFC, I mean still regularly get it.
Yeah. The only thing that Popeyes does better is I think they have dill pickles on their sandwich.
Yes.
And KFC has sweet pickles. And I wish you got the dill on the kid, but it's cheaper. I think the breading is better. I don't know. I don't know.
I love the
ain't all
sauce
that.
and the bread. Yeah, it's fucking. I love Popeyes.
I'm never gonna. I'd rather go to Mary Brown's. You know what? I'd rather
Brown's
go
is exceptional chicken.
to Mary
I was
Brown's.
just going to say that. We
and
had some this weekend.
Let's just give ourselves diarrhea on purpose, because that's better than going
Beautiful.
to Popeyes.
You can literally peel off the layer of skin on a KFC chicken and like pour liters of grease out from underneath it.
Yeah. Oh, I'm just getting the sandwich. I'm just getting that big crunch sandwich. That is.
Oh, okay.
The Big
That's
Crunch
fair.
is good.
Yeah.
But that's not even their, like, the Big Crunch isn't even their, like they have a sandwich now that goes up against the Popeyes famous
thought that
sandwich,
was
and that's different than the Big Crunch.
Mark
I've
my
always been a
words.
spicy Big Crunch, man.
Yeah.
Yep, spicy
that's-
Big Crunch is good.
That's where it's at.
That's the one. I mean, they got a zinger burger.
I think those are little. I think they're like
Yeah.
sliders almost. Not quite a slider, but
Huh. I've been eating a lot. They have a sandwich between two donuts, apparently. I've been eating a lot of fast food. A lot of. We were just talking about right before this podcast started. The months have been unkind. I've been unkind to myself on those. I guess I should do all the like preamble that I totally forget to do every time. Podcast plug. That's supposed to say Patreon plug, I think. Go check out the Patreon over at weebs.ca, anime podcast, and longer version of this podcast sometime over there. Was it didn't do anything last week, actually. Just kind of decided, like, you know what, I need a week to just not do anything. So nothing went up last week, but I will start putting stuff up again starting tomorrow. So go check that out. That's all. Carry on, everybody.
we talk about the movie club. We got a movie club now.
Oh, right. Yeah. Yes, there's a film club over on the Discord as well. Go if you just go to talkingreckless.com and click on there's a Discord button on the top bar. You can get there. The first film, I think Whiplash?
Whiplash is the first one, yeah.
I don't know anything about Whiplash.
Looks good. I saw a trailer of it.
2014 film.
It's got your boy J.K. Simmons in it.
Yeah.
unironically love J.K. Simmons.
He's good. He's a good actor.
It's really highly rated too. Wow.
Yeah. It's on Prime for free, I believe.
Oh shit.
Perfect. Even better.
So I think I don't know, Brando, if you know more than I do. I think the film club, I think everyone's watching it at the same time. I think it's a watch together, not a like we're all going to watch it by ourselves and then meet on Wednesdays to discuss.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like there's 2 days you can watch. I mean, I assume if you can't make those days, then just watch the movie and join in on the conversation whenever you fucking feel like. But because I assume the chatter about that movie will be ongoing past when the film ends.
Yeah.
And into the deciding of the next movie. I'm very excited for our themes. We kind of did just open theme for the first one. And I'm excited to see what people pitch when the themes get more and more specific, like runaway locomotive movies.
Okay. Is Speed technically a runaway locomotive movie?
What Snowpiercer? Is that a runaway locomotive?
Oh shit! I just watched Snowpiercer. I'm glad you brought it up because I finally watched the film and it is so good.
Have you not seen it?
No,
yeah, that's good.
Oh, I thought you had seen it. Sorry about spoiling that one thing for you.
That was totally. I had said that exact thing out loud before you texted it to me, and then you texted me. I'm like, okay, good thing. Yeah. This movie is smarter than I am.
I thought you had seen it because I remember you knew the thing with the bars without spoiling it. You knew what was up with the food they were eating.
Yes. I don't know why
that must have just pop cultured into your head or something, because I remember we were talking about it once and you're like, oh yeah, I've seen that. It's got the thing with the bars. And I'm like, yeah, okay. So then when you were watching it this time, I was like, oh, he's just watching this movie again, and dropped not a spoiler. No, it was like an action stunt spoiler, not a plot spoiler, but that movie's fucking great. I fucking love that movie.
It's so good. I'd watched a little bit of the show, maybe is why you thought I'd seen the film. I tried watching the film once and just bounced off or whatever, but it is the dumbest action movie to probably come out that year. It is. Yeah. You get about 45 minutes into it and there isn't, but there might as well be like a dance number in the middle, and you're just like, okay, I see what we're here to have fun.
And it's trying to like, it's some of the most ham-fisted, but not in a bad way. Like, do you understand the symbolism going on here? Like,
you understand the
train is a metaphor, and and you're like, yeah, I get it. It's fucking dope.
It's very hammy, but it's super fun.
Yeah,
hell of a film.
You can see, like, it's fun to draw a line from that to Parasite, where you're like, oh yeah, you got to be such a more nuanced director somewhere along the way, but the ideas are all here.
Yeah,
the blueprint is all here, and then you just kind of did something different with your ideas.
Fun.
I didn't realize that was the same director.
Yeah.
Cool.
And has those two actors as well. From Parasite. I don't know their names, but main guy from Parasite and his she's daughter in Parasite? I don't remember now.
Can't remember. I can't remember because I haven't seen Snowpiercer in a long time, but
yeah, fine film though. The Talking Rocks Film Club. Go check that out over on the Discord. That's a cool thing. The admins, the mods, Hima and Damon are running that. So doing fine work over there on the Discord. It's a dope little community.
Oh yeah.
Time was we would have had a forum. Actually, we used to have forums a long time ago.
I remember that on the original site.
Yeah, and they had like achievements. Remember, there's like site achievements. It was like posted.
I don't remember that.
Made your first post.
No.
50 points or whatever. What a time. It's been like a slow week for me. I haven't done jack shit. My computer doesn't get here until the end of March, apparently, March the 30th.
It's painful, man.
And yeah, so I've been owning it, you know. I've been making it my truth. I've been like, well, if I have my computer here anyways, I'm just not gonna do anything. I'm just gonna play zero games. You know, take a break from video games for the first time in many years. All that said, I still played many hours of Destiny. It's a way of life. The
last video game you'll ever need.
Yeah, it's not really a game. It's a way of life.
You gotta get your hours in. Exactly, it's a way of life. Yeah.
Destiny's good. Man, Kyle, remember that time that you got that really rare rocket launcher from the raid and then never played that game again? Remember, you're the only one that got it somehow on our first run, and then and I've done it like 15 times since and still haven't got that damn thing.
I didn't realize how rare it was until I watched there's a Destiny exclusive streamer. His name is Dado, and he was doing the raid nonstop, constantly, and like him and his group were doing it within under 20 minutes, just constantly, time after time after time again. And I didn't realize it was just because he was trying to farm the damn rocket launcher.
Yeah, it's super dope.
That's fucked.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's wild.
You can get 12 people in that raid right now as well. So there's a lot of getting to, apparently it's some kind of a bug. Like it's tough to get the 12 people in, but you get 12 people in the raid and then just roll it in like 13 minutes or something.
That's wild.
Which sounds kind of fun.
Yeah, I know they increased rocket launcher damage quite a bit too, because I guess rockets just fell off the face of the earth once the swords came out.
Yeah, I'm not really a rocket launcher type of guy per se. But I got that so they had that exotic quest where you kind of like go to this derelict ship where there's an anomaly that used to be where Mars was, apparently, because Mars is missing.
Yeah.
And so you find the ship. I was actually just watching the like what is the lore of this quest video as we before we started here, and it's like. It is probably, I think I talked about this earlier, but it is the like single best piece of content I think they've ever made. That quest is top to bottom, is impeccably written, and just the things you're doing in that mission are I don't even want to. I'm not going to spoil them because it's cool to just. There are new mechanics in there that you've never seen, and you're just like, oh, okay, this is a interesting blueprint for what they can do going forward.
Yeah, I've heard from you and I've read online that it's really good just to go in spoiler-free, blind, and just get her done.
Yeah, it's very cool. And I did that master version of it today too with a insufferable like 15 or 16-year-old.
Oof.
A lot of conversations that started with, now this is going to sound racist, but
Oh, no.
yeah, and like we got it done, but took us 2 tries. You have to do it in 25 minutes, which is a real bitch. And I got lost on the first one, so we had to do it again, and did get it done. But yeah, Destiny's, I don't know. In this time of no games, Destiny is a familiar old friend.
That's always been when it's at its best, is when it's not taking away from other new experiences.
Yeah. There's things going on too. There was an assassination attempt on Zavala last week, which. So they're remember when Cade 6 died? Let's talk about the story of Destiny, because I think it's actually getting kind of interesting.
All right.
You remember when Cade 6 died?
I do. It was probably the experience of Destiny story for me, of record.
Long story short, Cade 6 died because someone made a wish. Someone used wish magic, and it's, like a lot of universes, it's the monkey's paw. The monkey's paw curled, and someone got what they wanted, but it turned out to be a bad thing. And that made... What's his name? Uldren Sov? Whatever that, the Awoken Prince.
Yeah.
That made him kill Cade. He got like mind controlled sort of and like went crazy. It wasn't really him, but it was kind of him anyway. And he ended up killing Cade. And then that character died. You kill that character, I think. That character ends up Uldren dies.
They kill him in the prison riot, right? Is that right?
Cade? Yeah, Cade gets killed in the riot.
Yeah, Cade dies that very first mission of Forsaken, I think.
So was the guy, this Aldred motherfucker, was he in the prison, or was there a riot just tangentially happening around them?
He like orchestrated the riot. He's the one who sprung the prison open. No, not from within.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, he was the dude who, like, if you played Destiny 2, you saw him in the campaign. He was you went to the Tangled Shore or whatever, and Mara and him, I don't really remember. But anyways, he ended up dying. And then in Beyond Light, he got brought back because Uldra died, his ghost died, he was supposed to be gone. He got brought back by a different ghost as this character with like no memory. He's the Crow now, and he doesn't remember any of Uldred's life, and he's like a totally different person. But he wears a mask. He hides his identity, and now he's interacting with characters who, like, one of the ambient dialogues that got added this week between Crow and Amanda Holiday is they're just like talking about Cade's death. And she's like, yeah, the killer sure got what came. Like they are talking to the murderer, not knowing that it's the murderer. And they've been doing like some really interesting stuff with that in the story, where like Zavala saw him. Zavala in his cutscene this week was like, he kind of like wrote it off as a memory. He's like, oh, I saw him there, Uldred in the shadows or whatever, right when this assassination attempt happened. and sort of wrote it off of like, yeah, his face haunts me still or whatever. But it turns out he literally saw Crow, who was there for some reason with his mask off. And like they are building a story and telling characters are doing things in a way that they've never done in Destiny.
Seems like they're bringing the story more up front rather than just hiding the lore behind like all the codexes and stuff.
Yeah,
totally.
because it feels like the story was always there, and it was always good, and it never felt like they were kind of flying by the seat of their pants, even the way that like Star Wars does, where they're like, well, I don't even fucking know. We didn't know where this was going, and now we're just trying to tie it all together. Like, it always felt like it made sense. It was just you had to spend so much time looking for it that it made it not worth it.
Yeah. Destiny lore reminds me so much of Dark Souls lore. Like, just in the way you find it, how it kind of ties into different weapons, tie into each other, different ways, different areas.
Well, and like
it's
some
really
of it,
interesting.
Some of it they're telling through Twitter now, where the big bad this season, Empress Cadle, they like through her voice on Twitter, she is replying to people, and like they're doing good stuff. I hope as they go forward, they find a way to get it all in the game. Because like if I didn't read stories and be like, oh, this is what's happening with the Destiny, well, that's interesting. Turns out Cadle apparently didn't send the assassin. But you have to be following the Twitter conversation, I guess, to know that, which seems fucking kind of stupid. But
yeah, it's a bit out there.
In spite of itself, it is interesting. They're doing good stuff with it.
That new mission, can you just load into it off the tower, or do you have to do a bunch of stuff to get it?
Yep. No, that new one, it is a separate mission by itself. It is in a space you've never been before. There's a like whole brand new map for it, which is really cool.
Perfect. Yeah, I think I might actually check that out.
Yeah, it's very dope. I would recommend too. I think it's like recommended 1230. I think I sold it at like 1270, and it was tough, but it was like a good tough.
I think I'm around there.
Yeah, it was pretty fun.
Just for my reference, Maddie, if you could only get me to play one live experience video game with you, would it be Destiny 2 or Marvel's Avengers?
I'd rather play Destiny 2 overall, but with the fellers specifically, I'd rather play Avengers.
Great. That's the one I want to play more for some reason.
Good. I got...
Excellent.
I don't even know if I want to... There was a bit of beef when we were raiding where Warren uses this sword, the Black Talon, which I think just fucking sucks. I think it's so bad. But I didn't have one, so what do I really know? I got the Black Talon this week, just out of an engram. It fucking sucks. It's so bad. It's so bad, dude. I got it. I was just like, I was right. I was right. I was so right. This thing sucks.
I think it was like, it did cool things that Warren really wanted to be able to do. I don't know that Warren was in there crunching the numbers on attacks and stuff, but I remember when he got that thing, it's like, oh, it's a sword, but it has projectiles. It's a fucking flawless weapon. What else can you ever need?
I did that thing where we lost Kyle from the call.
Sword. I remember getting that and quickly.
I can hear Kyle, but I can't see him anymore.
Yeah, I can still hear
him. Oh, there you go.
Like
okay.
The last time.
There he is.
There you go. Yeah, there he is.
Perfect.
It was doing this earlier, too. That's weird that it does that.
All right. We're doing the old camera dance here, it looks like.
Yeah, he's back. Destiny's cool. Let's all play Destiny.
Very cool. When does a crossplay come?
I think season 15, and we're on 13 now. So 147 days or something.
Back.
Not so long. But also, in the pandemic, the longest.
Yes and no. This pandemic is just like time traveling sometimes. It's crazy that it's already middle of fucking March.
Yeah. But also, it's been the longest, like, 10 years that we've been in lockdown. That is all I did. I just played Destiny. That's it. Nothing else ever.
Hell of a game.
I watched a little bit of LCS, the League Championship Series. And end of story. I just turned it on and I was like, oh, look at this. I don't even know most of these heroes.
The only and I like literally don't watch any streams of esports or anything like that. The only thing that I could ever see myself getting into, because I've watched a little bit of it, is the Overwatch League. And I don't know if that's just because that's kind of as deep as I ever got into the understanding of a game like that. But every now and then when it's like the only esport account I follow on Twitter where they'll like put like the highlights up, and I'll be like, "Oh, these are neat. I know what this all means. I know what's happening here." Whereas pretty much any other game, including games that I think I understand, I'm like, I fucking don't even know what happened there.
You were talking about this a while back, but watching Fortnite championships or something else.
Yeah.
It's incredible watching like those circles get smaller and smaller, and there's still like 40, 50 people in the circle.
I don't ever want to play Fortnite, I don't think, but I mean I have. I don't want to play going forward, but the pro scene is like unlike anything I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Man, I only ever watched a few minutes of it, but it was just a tower, like you say, the tiniest circle with a tower that was simultaneously being destroyed and built as teams, like 4 teams fighting down here, 2 teams over here, 2 teams up here.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah, it's really cool to watch.
If
you haven't watched it, check it out at least for 5 minutes. You'll be amazed.
It's but watching people who are very good at the thing they do the thing they're very good at is often quite satisfying.
Absolutely.
What y'all been up to? Brittle?
I've been. Oh, you go.
Who? What?
Oh, sorry. I thought I interrupted someone there.
Oh no.
I've been kind of just busy with the move. Every now and then I dip in and play some Apex, but for the most part, it's moving 100 addresses over and finding out which addresses you can't move over because you need to move your credit card over first, or your ID over, or your fucking got to do this before that, but then got to do A before B and B before C, but C before A somehow, and that doesn't
big hassle. Just
physically possible.
Just do what I did. Don't change anything. Let it all expire, and then when your like services, you're like, why don't I have Xbox Live anymore? Oh yeah, right. There you go. And then you update it.
I have a little bit of buffering room, obviously, with Warren staying here because like he'll just get my mail for a bit. But I like that. It stresses me out weirdly when I'm like, man, what if the fucking whatever our fucking accounting department's called in Canada. Not the IRS.
The CRA.
What if the CRA needs to give me some fucking money because I feel like I pay them too much? How are they going to get it to me if they don't know my right address? I need to put my address on here. I need to change my address, CRA. And they're like, we're going to need to mail you a code by snail mail for you to be able to do this.
What are we doing? What are we doing, CRA? I paid my taxes just today.
Fucking A.
Yeah. Seems like I nailed it. I neither get nor have to pay.
That's the dream. Yeah, I always like when I get like about $100 back. That's kind of where I've fine-tuned it. I have a lucky to have a pretty easy system through work where I can kind of just hit the up arrow on how much taxes I want to pay, and the percentage goes up. And I finally got it where like every time my taxes come back, I have between like $70 and $90 in my pocket.
The sweet spot.
Mm-hmm.
Extra beer money. Beauty.
That's right.
Y'all been playing? No game, 0 game, nothing.
No, I mean I can talk about Apex all
fucking
day.
Nah, I don't want to hear about it anymore. More Apex. I don't have any. We're gonna play Avengers on the weekend. We have an Avengers date booked.
Yeah, I'm somewhat excited. It's not the right word. I want to see. I guess I'm excited to see how it runs on that new system. I'm not really excited about anything else because I don't think anything else looks or sounds like it got any better.
Kate Bishop is cool. She's really different.
Fucking level 1 Kate Bishop.
I know.
I'm gonna have level 1 Kate Bishop, and you know how long it's gonna take me to get to level fucking 10? Like a year now.
I did her first 2 campaign missions with her, and this is pre-change, but I'm like level 22 or something.
Another character gonna have to front flip to catch up to everybody.
She teleports. She's got a blink, but yes, she has to jump when there's nothing. She just jumps and goes faster, like Captain America should.
Shit.
She feels really different though, like all those heroes do. I want an excuse to like that game. So bad.
I know. I can tell.
So bad.
You message me sometimes, and I'm just like, Matt, out of the blue, brings up Marvel's Avengers more than a lot of people do.
Yeah, I don't know. Kate's okay. Hawkeye looks neat. She's got the 3 different projectile choosing things, which I'm not crazy about. So I don't know how much of her I'll play, but she's unique.
Same as Iron Man.
Yeah,
and it like when you get them all maxed out and stuff, it is actually really fun because it's like, oh, it's a tool for every job. But yeah, I can't imagine myself ever putting in the time, especially with the new grind mechanics, to get her to that spot. I'm just Iron Man. I just play Iron Man.
Yeah, I'm Thor.
That's all I intend to do.
Mm-hmm. Little stiff this morning. I'm Thor. I should said a little stiff this morning.
A little stiff. The biggest problem I think with everyone was getting into the chat, being like, "Well, what WandaVision kind of got me all fired up."
Yeah,
for it. And I'm just like, you guys need other outlets for your Marvel. Like this is a bad video game. You guys should like read some comics or stuff. There's some fucking great Marvel shit out there.
It is a bad video game. I got the story in news, but Crystal Dynamics has like doubled down, saying like, "No, we're not. This isn't Anthem. We're gonna make this thing not suck. We're gonna do it."
Which I'm with you. I want them to do it, and like we've said on podcasts prior, they have the benefit that Anthem didn't have of this constant drip of being like, people are going to be wanting to play this game for the rest of time because there's always going to be new Marvel content coming out.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, I feel like I want to jump in 2 years from now and see what they did. Not like, well, they've released a new character.
There's campaigns come with those characters.
And the grind has gotten worse. But I'm gonna do it. I want to play video games with my friends. So
good, me too.
I'll have the skies. Skies are mine.
Oh,
well, Thor can help.
Okay, good. Gotta shoot the unibeam off.
I literally never go to the ground though. I see you fucking going wherever you're needed. If there's trouble on the ground, I'm like, you fucking suckers.
Yeah, I'm more of a brawler. You know, I'm in close.
Yeah,
I like hitting those counters.
I like to find guys who are getting a little overwhelmed. And just fucking shoot at them from far away.
Hell yeah.
That's right. What Iron Man's all about.
I do this like carpet bomb attack that I literally hit one in every fucking 15 times I try and do it. But it looks so dope whether I'm hitting it or not. When people are just like fighting and then all of a sudden I come flying, like dropping like 15 bombs beside them and explosions go off in the background. I'm like, yeah, that was me. I killed no one with that.
It sounds like the game now, or as of Thursday, March 18th, is like this is the state they thought they would have it at for launch. Because wasn't Hawkeye supposed to come out like 2 weeks after? Wasn't Hawkeye supposed to be like right after release?
Yeah. Well, and it doesn't make sense because we were kind of talking about if we thought that COVID or something kind of caused these to get out of sync with the shows and stuff. Maybe they were trying to do stuff closer to their shows. But Hawkeye is so far down the line, and you would think they would have done Vision and Wanda as playable characters first. No matter how things got delayed, you'd think the first ones out of the barrel should be Wanda and Vision because that was the first show out of the gun.
Well, I think Kate Bishop and Hawkeye were supposed to be out before the new year even. So I think it may, and this is all just me probably drawing lines that don't exist, but maybe they went or plan to go Kate Bishop, Hawkeye, New Year's hits, WandaVision hits the air. You would think that Scarlet Witch and Vision would make a lot of sense, or even anyone from the shows, right? Like, Falcon is gonna whoever, Loki, like,
or
literally anything.
Yeah, anyone who was part of any of these movies up till now.
Yes, but
could have put in.
Apparently,
but
not.
Like Kate Bishop, someone whose show doesn't
Hawkeye.
come 3 shows from now.
Yeah, I don't know. There's some things going on, you know. I'm not gonna spoil anything, but Hawkeye seems like a villain. Seems like we might have to put Hawkeye down.
Hawkeye's got a lot of issues in the comics.
Mm-hmm. Clint
have issues. Yeah.
Seems this Clint seems fucked up as well.
He is a much more interesting character in the comics than he is in the movies.
Yeah.
I like what's the name? Jeremy Renner? Is that the actor?
Yeah.
I like Jeremy Renner a lot though. So
me too.
He's very charismatic.
He's a great actor.
I like Hawkeye. Played 21, shot 21.
I was watching Thor 1.
I'm sorry to hear that.
I like Thor 1 actually.
Yeah,
I'm a Thor 1 apologist. I don't really like Thor 2. But I totally forgot Hawkeye was in that. It's been so long since I saw that movie. I forgot Hawkeye is like he's on the watchtower when Thor is trying to get his hammer back.
Oh.
And they've built like the whole government facility around the hammer. And Hawkeye's like just got his arrow on him the whole time, being like, "Can I take the shot? Can I take the shot? Can I take the shot?"
Marvel.
Better make the call, Better make the call quick, Coulson. I'm starting to root for this guy. Good man.
And we did start to root for that guy.
We did.
What about you, Kyle? Video games?
Nothing new.
No.
Just more Valheim, more Valorant.
Joined the. Did we talk about this last week? Did you the corpse getters in?
No, I didn't. I wanted to apply to join the body recovery squad. That's what they were called. They had an article that was put out about them, so they got flooded with apps immediately, of course. Yeah. But super cool. It's an interesting idea. I like the concept of just being super beefed up and going out and helping people recover their bodies when they get into tight spots.
What if we do the opposite? What if we pretend to be a body recovery squad, but we're actually make it a body unrecovery, make it harder to recover?
Yeah,
somehow.
That would be. I mean, you could just sail them right off the edge of the earth. And that's all she wrote.
Build some kind of a wall they can't get over around their corpse, and then bounce out. Just show up with you and your posse, and everyone's stocked with materials. Flies into the server, throw this castle fortress down, and then just peace.
Just grief them, delete all their portals, and leave.
Yeah, you build Sen's fortress around their body.
Perfect.
Dab your way out.
No, it's fun though. I'm having fun. Tomo's been playing it too, so I've been jumping in his world, playing with him every now and again.
Yeah, I want to set up a server when and if that new computer ever gets here. I'll have a spare to theoretically just run a Valheim server on, which would be kind of cool.
That'd be super dope. Yeah, it seems like a great you can just pop in, pop out, do what you want.
Yeah, it is very like Minecraft in that way, where if you want to get in there and mine resources, you can. If you want to get in there and do some combat, you can. If you want to, build shit, you can.
Yeah, that's all I've been doing in my world. I've just been adding on to my base and fleshing it out like a little town.
Yeah, it's neat. It's really neat.
Super cool.
They have sold more than 1 million copies a week. Still, they are still selling over 1 million copies a week, which is bonkers. Yeah,
it's insane. And I mean, it's just such a nice community too. Everybody that I've talked with and played with, they're it's not like Rust. You watch anybody play Rust for 5 minutes and you're going to hear some of the most toxic shit come out of people's mouths. So it's nice seeing a survival game like that and not have such shitheads running around yet.
Yeah,
anyways.
10 people to a server and it being relatively new, I think helps that a lot.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, there's mods out there. You can increase the server cap to 50, which is pretty cool.
That seems like too many people.
Yeah. Well, it's a huge map. I mean, 50 doesn't seem big in the grand scheme of the world, but...
Yeah, but when everybody's making, because every object's like a physics object. When everybody's chopping down trees, and there are 50 times to 100 trees, all with their own physics rolling everywhere.
Yeah,
you know, fire shitting out of this computer.
Yeah, and there's issues now that the game's been out for so long, people are just terraforming the shit out of their world, trying to do these insane builds. They're finding out every time you terraform your world, you're creating instances, and the higher your instance count, eventually your frames just turn into mush. So you have to be
terraform too much, it starts to crawl.
Yeah. So if you're doing terraforming and stuff, do it away from your base, because people have dedicated all this time building out their base, and then they terraform over that cap, and now they're just getting 10, 15 frames per second while they're at their main base, which sucks. Oof. Yeah.
They'll fix that. It's early access. Those types of issues I'm sure will get worked out.
For sure. Yeah, I mean, there's modders and stuff already fixing them for them that I'm sure they're bringing up to the dev team. It's only 5 guys, right? So they can only do so much.
Yeah. They should hire more people with their trillions of dollars that they probably have.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Well, if no one has any other games here or anything to talk about, let's take a quick little ad break. If you want to check out the premium version of this podcast over on weebs.ca, you can get the ad-free version. We'll see you in just a minute. Back in the chat says all the Dutch angles in Thor. Is that the
Yeah, the crooked cameras.
That's called Dutch angles?
Yeah.
It sucks in Thor 1. I hate it in Thor 1.
It's such a weird choice.
I didn't know there was a word for it, but I've always said the really weird fucking camera angles makes Thor 1 look so shitty.
I don't dislike them overall. I think they're a weird choice for a Thor fucking Marvel movie.
In Thor, they make no sense. In Thor,
they're supposed to make you uncomfortable.
In Thor, you're just this camera looks weird. What is going on with the cinematography in this fucking
doing this?
movie?
Yeah. No, that it is weird. It's not even just that, but the whole way that movie is shot is very weird.
Yeah.
And I think it was at a time when they were still like, everyone had so much creative control over the way that they were shooting their movies at the very beginning of the MCU before they like kind of found the formula, at least for how these movies were supposed to look and feel.
Yeah.
Where now they all kind of look and feel the same.
Yeah,
which is they all look and feel good.
The only difference is the music. You just gotta like listen for like which theme.
Yeah, which horns are playing.
Yeah. Is this the Captain America? Is this the?
I think that's why Black Panther sticks out so much, is because it felt like it was made by like people who had nothing to do with the other Marvel movies. Like the action was still really good, but it was like, oh, the music's so different, the scenery's so different, everything's so different.
Yeah.
I think that's why. That's the movie that got all the award buzz the year it came out, and then there hasn't really been a lot of award buzz for any of those movies since.
Well, as much as I dislike Thor 1, I don't. It was always the cinematography. I'm glad that thing has a word. I'm glad that type of shooting has a word, because I 1,000% noticed that. That was Zach from the chat.
They use it for like psychological thrillers a lot and some horror movies, and it's just such a weird.
It's every shot in Thor.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, he's talking to Natalie Portman.
I'm seeing a lot of Dutch angles in 7.
Yes, 7. Yes, anything psychological, they're just like, make it crooked. It'll make people uncomfortable.
It's like if I shave my eyebrows, you're uncomfortable. You're not quite sure why.
Yeah,
Something's
like,
off, but you can't really. I was like, what is it?
Yeah.
Let's get into some news here, gang. A little bit of news this week. The Microsoft Bethesda deal went through finally. I guess they've gotten. I don't really understand how it all works, but they got their approval from the SEC and from the Queen. Maybe I think she said it was. That's what all the royal fuss was about, right? The Queen was like,
yeah. She had to make the call on if this was allowed.
That's right.
Phil Spencer out of for some reason they did a video. Man, my brain is just not. What's the word for where you have a video?
Dutch angle.
Yeah, Phil was gonna put a Dutch angle out there, turned his camera sideways, and just did like some Q&A, I guess, video Q&A. And one of the things that came out of there was the exclusivity going forward, or lack thereof. He says, obviously not every Bethesda game will be exclusive, because they have contracts right now with Sony for Deathloop. And they've said earlier I think it was last year even, they said, we'll still keep those contracts. We'll make good on those. Mm-hmm. But he goes on to say, if you're an Xbox customer, the thing I want you to know is that this is about delivering exclusive games for you that ship on platforms where Game Pass exists.
That's not PlayStation.
That's not PlayStation.
It is Nintendo, though.
Yes.
Wait. Did that ever come to Nintendo? Or was that just a rumor? Maybe I don't think that ever
game
ended.
Game streaming.
I don't think so.
Yeah, maybe that was just a rumor.
I think some Xbox games came, but they did not put Game Pass on.
Wasn't Phil like playing coy when somebody asked him about that? I think
Phil wants to do it.
Maybe
Phil will put a Game Pass. He will install it into your toilet if you give him the chance.
Perfect.
So a bunch of a bunch of Bethesda games came to Game Pass, and Phil flat out says that there will be exclusives in the future, and those will not be on PlayStation.
Yeah.
But also in that thing, he goes on to say, of course, this. Who knows what it will look like in 2 years? Obviously, there will still be cases where due to special deals, stuff does come out.
Yeah. Maybe there's Microsoft could make a lot of money by selling rights to a Elder Scrolls game to PlayStation.
Yeah, that is
not exclusive rights, obviously, but
that is probably the one, right?
Yeah.
Elder Scrolls. The big question is, will Elder Scrolls 7 be Game Pass exclusive? However you say that.
Do
Microsoft
6
exclusive.
Isn't?
6. Sorry, are we not on?
Okay, are we?
We're on.
We're at 6.
Skyrim was 5. Yeah, sorry.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I wanted to make sure. I thought maybe we knew that 6 was coming to both. But,
No.
But that is the question. You're right. I'm. It's going to sound a little shitty of me.
Mm-hmm.
But it is born of shitty PlayStation fanboys.
Like Oliver.
Yep, like Oliver. Specifically, he's floating in my head right now. He's always been
this Sony sweater.
Yeah. for all the guff that Xbox, and remember, I have both, and I play both, and I get games on both. For all the guff that PlayStation gives Microsoft about not having any games, this is good for Microsoft. I feel good for the people who back Microsoft that they're actually getting a win, because they do not get many wins.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that, actually. Isn't Microsoft like one of the most profitable companies?
Yeah, I'm talking about the fans. I feel good about the fans.
Yes, gotcha.
Yes.
Yeah,
the company. I mean, I'm a bit of a Phil stan, but Microsoft as a company, I don't really give a fuck.
Yeah.
But I good on all the people that had to sit through what was that last really bad exclusive they had?
The Medium.
The whole Halo fiasco.
Sure, Halo.
And then, oh fuck, what was that game?
Is it The Medium? Is that what you're thinking of?
It might have been The Medium, yeah. Where it was like, oh, this is one of their exclusives, and no one gives a fuck about this.
Also, it runs like shit. It runs at 900p on your brand new Xbox One.
They're rendering 2 worlds,
or not one, Series X. I watched just to jump in. Speaking of The Medium, I watched Silent Hill on it's a free movie on Plex. It had ads, which sucked, but Silent Hill is a totally fine. Everyone shits on Silent Hill so much. It's fine.
I don't know if I've ever seen Silent Hill, the movie.
I think I also enjoy it a lot. I think that the kid who plays the little girl sucks. Like, her acting fucking sucks.
Yeah.
Which is a little insufferable, but that movie's fine. It's got Sean Bean. It's got a lot of Sean Bean.
Oh, I love Sean Bean.
Yeah,
Pyramid Head.
It is the only Sean Bean movie where a thing happens. I guess this movie is like 20 years old at this point. It's the only Sean Bean movie where he survives. He lives through the end of the movie.
Shit, there's no way he's actually never survived. He survives in Ronin, I think.
Does he?
Yeah.
Good movie, though. I really enjoyed Silent Hill.
It's a really low percentage of movies that Sean Bean survives.
Did he? Maybe he did survive in Ronin. I can't remember what happens to him.
Movies where
Google.
Sean Bean lives. It even auto-completed. Okay, a brief list. Okay, there is a few. Black Beauty. Ronin survives. Troy.
Okay, he did survive in Ronin.
National Treasure? He survives in National Treasure? I thought he died in National Treasure.
Good for him.
Silent Hill. Silent Hill Revelation. Wait a minute, there's a second one?
And he survives that one too?
Oh shit. Okay, I gotta go watch. And it came out 6 years after the first one.
I didn't know that was even a thing.
He's in he's the kind of the big new ad in the new season of Snowpiercer, the TV show.
Yeah, I assume he'll die. If he plays the character, I think he does, then knowing how the movie goes.
Yeah.
Wild. I gotta watch that second movie.
Kit Harington is in it.
Oh, your boy.
Oh, shit, he is.
Marvel's Black Knight.
10% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oof.
Perfect.
Adelaide Clemens is back. Hell yes. Yeah,
that Cherry film that Tom Holland's in on Apple Plus. I was very excited about it. It's not reviewing very well.
Let's see. I'm pulling the review right now.
Did you guys play any of the Silent Hill games?
No. That's not true.
I played a little bit, but I've never owned one.
I think I played some of Downpour.
The Room is top tier for like a weird horror fantasy. Yeah.
There are I had a lot of thoughts while watching Silent Hill.
Yes, you do. Were you high?
What? I don't get high anymore, Brando. All right, there's me not at my normal,
not at baseline.
Yeah,
you're at a 1 or a 2.
We'll do a token reckless buy, 1 or 2. Yeah. It is just the medium. It is just the medium in a way that like. It looks exactly the same. The world is nice, and then you go to the dead world, and it's like it's all covered in poop for some reason. Who came in here and smeared like shit all over Silent Hill?
It's gotta be poop.
Because it's brown. It's brown. Poop. There's brown on the walls.
When the bell tolls.
Yeah, the klaxon goes off. The air raid siren.
Wrestler who threw poo all over his hotel room.
Dude, the Heartbreak Kid, probably.
I'm gonna Google it.
But they do a thing in Silent Hill where like the alarm goes off and it goes and it goes dark, and then when the darkness lifts, you're in Silent Hill and everything's all fucked up. And like it's I think it's cool and it's scary. Like, damn, this interesting. There's kind of like a logic to it that the characters in the film use, and it looks really dope. Why didn't you just do exactly that in the medium? Why, like, why are you rendering these two worlds? Like, you have the mechanic, you have the thing that you are paying homage to, and I don't know if this is in the games or maybe this is just a movie thing and I'm crazy, but like, is that not a like centerpiece of Silent Hill? The siren goes off and everything kind of fades down and then comes back up and you're in the haunted universe.
Yep. Yeah, that in the original anyways is like that.
Yeah, so why not just do that in the medium? Why? That two fucking screens thing sucks.
I feel like the developers for that, they've figured out this technology to get these two worlds to run together, and they were like, we have to make a game surrounding this. Like, this is our story right here.
Yeah.
It's amazing, incredible. We'll run these two worlds at once. It'll make everything run like shit, but it'll look awesome.
To me, it like plays and reads like it came the other direction, where they're like, we have to make a Silent Hill game. What do we need? We need that thing where the world changes. What if we had them both running at the same time? That's our hook. Got it. Perfect.
Add more poo.
Yeah. Needs more poo in the walls. But that's my other. That's my what?
Titanfall 2, cause and effect.
Oh. Cause/effect. Yeah. Great. A lot of questions about the like mechanics of Silent Hill the world that unfortunately I don't think I'll ever get answered. But like, who smears the poop on the walls? There's a lot of structure in Silent Hills. Who put up these like? There's chain link fences. There's a part where she's in like a maze of chain link fences. Like, did someone build these chain link fences? Because they're not there in the real world. When she goes back, she's just in a shopping mall or something.
Also,
maybe it's Pyramid Head. He's just alone in that world. Build shit.
Also, couldn't you just climb over a chain link fence, or
barbed wire on the top?
You could see fucking through it. Like, isn't the point that you can't see through the fucking walls, and that's what makes it a maze?
She couldn't. You can't really see where it's going.
Chasing her, right?
Yeah, they were like babies.
Yeah,
haunted babies. You can't really see where it's going because it's all chain link.
It was Sabu. The wrestler was Sabu.
The poop. Yeah, the real stink face.
Yeah, if you Google Sabu poo, you should get some interesting results.
A lot of questions about Silent Hill. Also,
and
there are
a lot of questions about
so
Sabu.
many games, it turns out.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Book of Memories, Downpour, Shattered Memories, Homecoming, The Escape, Origins, Orphan, an arcade game that I'm not going to count, The Room, Silent Hill 3, Silent Hill 2, Silent Hill, Silent Hills, which doesn't exist. Never mind. No, that one doesn't count. So that's like 14 games, and then some mobile games. That's crazy. I've never played a Silent Hill game. Why is Hideo Kojima listed as a designer on Silent Hill?
I super recommend The Room if you're at all interested in checking out Silent Hill or what the games are about. The Room is truly creepy.
Yeah, you know what? I kind of am. I think Pyramid Head is kind of okay.
Well,
he's a cool villain.
Not say anything we can't take back.
He's kind of like not even a villain in the movie. He gives it to those who deserve it, you know?
Like
if you're
Thanos.
not, yeah. Well, yeah.
No.
Yeah, like Thanos. I think have we had this exact conversation?
Yeah.
About how Pyramid Head is like Thanos because
Oh no. I haven't had that conversation. I've had the conversation about was Thanos in the right. I've had the conversation about should he have doubled the resources.
Uncaring universe.
I had the conversation about if he's blue or purple once.
Okay, that's weird. I thought for some deja vu here. For some reason, we have had the is Pyramid Head like Thanos.
What did you think about the scene where he picks up the lady and just?
Yeah, she's the main antagonist. She's the villain.
Yeah,
she gets her fucking skin ripped off.
Yeah.
I don't think that's how skin rips off, is what I was thinking. I don't think you can, like, grab someone and, like, it's like he's pulling a tablecloth out from under dishes in a way where he just, like, shook, it all comes off in one fell
that's
thing.
How it works with rabbits.
Yeah, well, you gotta, like, cut them, though. You gotta, like, go down the back and...
You, like, crack their head and then we get a little graphic.
That
just totally rip it right off, yeah.
That's totally how it works with rabbits, isn't it?
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'd imagine once you get a little big enough tear, it'll just slide right off.
Yeah, well, he just like kind of. It seems like he just kind of pinches. I don't really. I should say. I don't know how Pyramid Head identifies.
It's fucked up.
It's got that
Pyramid Head's fucked up.
It's got that big sword also, which seems like he should maybe just use a smaller sword.
Drags it everywhere he goes.
Yeah. Silent Hill. I'm gonna watch that sequel tonight. That's exciting. I bet that's gonna be really bad.
Yeah, check out The Room. It's really fucking cool.
Yeah, maybe I will. I've got a bad track record for going back to play old games, but I don't know how we got here. This was off the Game Pass discussion.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how we got there at all.
Bean, Sean Bean.
Yeah.
We were all about we were on the Skyrim track and then we got derailed.
Yeah.
Oh, Medium.
Yeah,
Game
right.
Pass.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Bring it all around. I played a little bit of Oblivion today. Sean Bean in Oblivion.
Fucking rights.
By played, I mean I fired it up and watched that opening cinematic with Patrick Stewart and turned it off.
When Skyrim launched, was it cross-platform?
What do you... It
Like,
came out on the
was
Xbox
it on
and
all
PS3.
systems? Yeah.
Yeah. It did not work on the PS3 when it came out, but it launched on everything. PC? Maybe not PC. Okay. I do have one final thought. I sort of remember where I was going to bring this all to, wrap this all up. The exclusivity with the next Elder Scrolls would maybe not be as crazy as it seems, because Morrowind was only on Xbox. Elder Scrolls 3. Oblivion, I think, was only on Xbox. So there's
I think it was a launch title for Xbox, right?
I don't know if it was launch, but it was right around there. There is I don't think it was launch, no.
It's just gotten so big since then. Like, it's just gotten to this level where it's one of the highest selling video games of all time. And
yeah,
it would take that away from the biggest video game console base there is.
Yeah. It's so weird, like, because these studios were all together before. Remember, I'm so bad at remembering studio names. Obsidian and Bethesda, and there's another studio in there that I can never remember.
New Vegas, a PlayStation game?
No. New Vegas was out of Obsidian and Bethesda. It was also an Xbox exclusive.
Weird.
Fallout 3. I don't know if Fallout 3 was even on.
I think that was on
that might have been.
Yeah, I think it was, yeah.
Weird how it all goes. And now they're all back together again. So the folks who made New Vegas could theoretically make another New Vegas one day.
Hell yeah, make it.
Yeah, wow. Do we got it in Outer Worlds?
Like, are those people even there?
Yeah,
Or
no.
would this be like
the main
people
writer
who made BioShock could make it, or the people who made Mass Effect could make another Mass Effect game? That does not mean that would be a good Mass Effect game.
There have been some canceled folks on those games. Some folks who were ousted in the Me Too movement that you would not want back.
Yeah, for sure.
Same with man. That's when I play Elder Scrolls now. Unfortunately, that's what I think about. Was listening to that initial like the music right off the start of Oblivion. I was like, yeah, this was written by Jeremy. I don't know how to say his last name. Soul, I think, who is a total fucking shitbag. It was ousted in that Me Too stuff, and now, unfortunately, I don't play Oblivion anymore. I just think about how this disgusting human made this really great music for most of the games that I like.
Did you guys watch Soul?
Yeah.
No, I've not seen it yet.
Fuck,
Great
man,
film.
you should watch Soul.
Yeah, I'm
Really
gonna.
I think you'd be into Soul.
Maybe I'll put that on after Revelations.
Yes, little palate cleanser.
Yeah. We did this Crystal D story, the Avengers. They say they're committed to it for several years, and just really doubled down on like, yeah, we're gonna keep working on it, at least for the immediate future. Nothing really to report there. Kate Bishop's alright.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see where that game ends up. Maybe it'll get the Destiny treatment, but
yeah, they're talking about a Gear 2.0, and it sounds like they're looking to give it the Destiny treatment.
Yeah,
which it needs something.
I wonder if they'll start introducing like alternate skill trees or whatever. Maybe dig deep into the comic lore.
Yeah, they teased some like MCU skins or something, which I thought was kind of neat. I, who like the MCU, would be interested in MCU skins.
Are they?
Well, and there was kind of a group of people that were always like, these guys don't feel like the MCU actors, and then there was the other group of people that were like, they're not. They're like comic interpretations. So it would be cool if that people, it would be cool if people could have kind of whatever their canon comic book or canon superhero characters are. You could be like, I want the movie look, or I want the comic book look.
Yeah, the AIM, the main bad guy faction in that game, is, and I guess this is from the comics. Their symbol is always a hex because for some reason they are obsessed with bees or something. It's supposed to be like honeycombs. But the theories running wild when WandaVision was on. It was just like, oh,
hex!
the hex.
Yeah, it'll be interesting.
Yeah, they have a long way to go. It sounds like if you kind of read the release they put out, it sounds like they are getting close to having the game where they sort of anticipated having it when it launched. So
Better than where Cyberpunk is at still. So
yeah, but
there's that.
As they get through the backlog and finish the game, then they can sort of start a new content, which we'll see. I want a reason to like that game.
Are the skins in game currently like more based off the comic books? Not the MCU.
They're kind of all over the place. There's like
I always felt like they were based more on the comic books.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think like Thor's the
Like
the
Thor's got
MCU
the
based
six
on the
fucking-
comic.
The Thor's got the 6 light up fucking
Yeah,
things.
they
were
line
so
up in some
rarely
ways.
seen in the movies. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like the Iron Man suit, the default Iron Man suit looks like the default like Iron Man 2 suit or
Right.
whatever, but
And you're
also
right,
that
there's
looks
a
like
lot
Iron
of
Man
that.
from the comics.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
A lot of that is kind of 1-to-1-to-1.
Getting after WandaVision, I feel way more at peace now with the Avengers in that game not quite being the Avengers as I know them. Of like, yeah, it's just another Earth.
Mhm.
We were on Earth 2800 or fucking whatever. There's 616 is the MCU.
There you go.
No, 616
Or
is
comics?
the main comic line, yeah.
Yeah. And then there's something with like 1999 or something as well. Multiverse. It's wild out there.
It's too many. DC multiverse, Marvel
Infinite,
multiverse.
infinite numbers.
909.
I assume the Earths. We just started numbering the Earths from our perspective, right? Like what? Who is Earth 616 to say that they are the 606? If there's infinite universes, 616 is a meaningless. There are infinite 616s. It's a meaningless descriptor.
And 615 might call themselves 616.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I assume it must be from our perspective of like the first one we found is Earth 1.
Yeah.
But then there's a lot of questions. There's a rumor. I pulled this just this weekend. A cryptic tweet out of the Xbox Twitter account that seems to imply Outriders might be not only coming to but launching on Game Pass, which would be really weird because that game is up for pre-order right now on the Xbox. And if it is going to
make any sense.
launch on Game Pass, they should probably fucking say it.
Yeah.
Or maybe they want the pre-orders, and I don't know. But there is a cryptic tweet there that very much implies it is going to be coming to Game Pass, or maybe it's something about Outriders, whether it's Game Pass
I'd be fucking
or
rattled
something else.
if I fucking paid for pre-ordered fucking a game and then it launched with Game Pass.
Yeah, so would I.
Like I don't know where the
Especially
line
Outriders.
is, but
yeah,
like somewhere there exists a line where it's like you cannot fucking give this away for free a certain amount of time after you charge me for it.
Yeah.
That is a line that does not exist but should.
Yeah, totally should. Because if you, like you say, if you have it pre-ordered on Xbox and then like 2 days before the game comes out or whatever, they're like, oh, also it's going to be free on Game Pass.
Didn't they do that with Anthem as well? Like Anthem, you could pay for it or you could get the EA Pass.
Well, that was...
Or if you had EA Pass, it was on there?
It
No,
was
I think
like
you
the
got
10
a
hour.
free. Yeah, you got a 10-hour demo if you had EA Play.
Yeah, which was I think every EA game you could do the 10-hour demo on.
Okay.
You just happened to be able to finish Anthem in less than 10 hours, which was good. Excuse me. What do I got here?
Legs.
Who's got the Warhammer story?
I threw that up there.
I'm gonna try to guess how to say this name. Astartes.
Yep.
Astartes.
Astartes, yeah. Astartes. I don't know if you guys have checked that out. A buddy of mine is a bit into Warhammer, and he recommended I look into it, and it is a fucking well done sci-fi short set in the Warhammer universe that gained a lot of traction, and Games Workshop finally picked up the creator Sayama Peterson to officially start working on a follow-up animation to his original works, which
That's
is really cool.
It's
Super cool.
It's the opposite of the Nintendo approach. Instead of we're gonna sue you to the fucking ground, stop making things, they brought him on board and said, make more of this for us.
Well, And like I've watched a lot of sci-fi shorts and stuff. I think they're really cool. This is top tier for sure.
Yeah.
Even if you don't like Warhammer, you'd think it's really cool.
It is insanely well animated. It looks expensive in a way I don't understand how you make this on your own.
And it's like it's really well animated, but it's quality too. Like you can see, like he took a lot of time with it.
Your story here says there are over 400 books in the Warhammer series. Are those all canon? Is there like an EU, an extended universe, and a canon in Warhammer?
I don't know. I don't know anything about the Warhammer universe. That was just something I remember going through bookstores and stuff. And if you look in the Warhammer section, like they have a fucking entire shelf dedicated to Warhammer.
It's large.
Usually. Yeah.
I don't know anything about the books, but like the games are pretty much an open license, so maybe anyone can write a Warhammer book.
Maybe.
It's like anyone can make a Warhammer game.
I mean, there was a time before Disney bought them that anyone could write a Star Wars book.
Yep, for sure.
Some of the fucking trash you'd find, I'd read it all.
Yeah.
I would for sure watch this guy's animation that he does. It's really fucking cool.
I guess it's not in the game, actually. It looks like it is some kind of CG.
Well worth a check out.
Yeah, that's cool.
Astartes.
Astartes.
They got big shoulder
Astartes.
pads. Astartes.
Yeah.
They Space British. Space Marines. Chainsaw swords. No, chain swords, but not quite the Gears of War ones.
Yeah, well, I mean, it seems like there's just an infinite amount of shit you could do with that universe with all the books and stuff that's been written.
There's just so much. There's 40K, and then there's the whole original. There's Warhammer, which like that universe got rebooted a few years ago. Like in canon, the universe ended, the apocalypse came, and started again or something. It's impossible to follow. As someone who like is sort of into the Destiny and Dark Souls lore, and that stuff is hard to follow. Warhammer is a whole nother thing.
Yeah,
where do
absolutely.
you even?
It's a good start though.
Warhammer Fantasy got rebooted into Age of Sigmar. Okay, all right, we're in the Age of Sigmar. That's a god, I think.
There you go.
Is the Warhammer? Is there a literal Warhammer?
I don't know. I have no clue.
Or are we the real? Is the
we
Warhammer?
Are the Warhammer?
Yeah, the real Warhammers are the friends we make along the way. Tomo in the chat says no. There is no real war. There is no hammer, no physical Warhammer.
There's just no hammers in the entire universe. Ironically,
it's all chainsaws.
Yeah. We call these malls. This is my war mall. One more story here. This must be from Kyle. Apex Legends runs like shit on Switch.
Yep. It is bad. Really bad.
Remember the Source engine? It came out in 2007 or something.
Yeah.
That was the thing we heard with Respawn. All their games, Titanfall, Titanfall 2, and Apex, all run on a very modified Source engine, which is crazy.
Which is wild when you play Titanfall, and then you go and look at Half-Life 2, and it's like, what? It doesn't make sense.
720p docked, 570p handheld, it says.
Nice.
That's brutal, dude. 720p docked?
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
Ugly.
That's
it
gonna
looks
look
bad.
On a 4K TV, that is legit gonna look terrible.
Oh yeah, it's unplayable.
Looks like cheese.
And even with the
fucking cheese.
Even with the 720p, dips down to 10 frames per second. Holy fucking shit, dude.
Yeah, a lot of people complaining about that. Just in big gunfights, you're just dipping down frames constantly.
I bet they'll figure that out.
In fairness, Apex fucking ran like absolute ass when it first launched on Xbox too.
It did.
Yeah. I remember that.
Fucking miserable.
Yeah, okay, that makes more. In my head, I had it totally backwards. I thought it always ran great.
No, it really struggled early on. There's still occasionally this. It's so weird. It runs fantastic now, at least on my setup, which is apartment internet and everything. Everything runs great, except every now and then you'll get into what we call the slow lobby, and it is identifiable because even the little countdown clock, it goes like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 while it's kind of populating the lobby.
Yeah.
Before character select, that goes down super slow, and then the character select timers go down super slow, and then you get in there and everything's just in slow motion. It almost doesn't even feel like lag. It feels like it's a consistent slow the whole time.
Yeah.
In a way where you're just like, what is fucking at? It's hilarious because you imagine like those gunfights, which sometimes are shotgun fights where people are just kind of jumping to the side, and it's just this slow mo like Boom.
That's a server desync issue. That happens on PC too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck, it makes me laugh. And it happens rare enough that you're not, like, it's not ruining your experience. Like,
No, you're like, oh, I'll
go-
stick around with this
yeah,
mode
I'll
for a
go
little
weeks
bit.
without seeing it. And then the time you see it, we'll be like, okay, slow server, slow lobby, let's do it.
There's
Yeah.
another game that we get into bad lobbies with sometimes. What is it? We're like, oh, no, this one's broken.
Well, so Battlefront has lobbies that just won't populate.
It is 1,000% Battlefront was what I was thinking of. Yeah. Back on the original, the Xbox One. The old Xbox.
And which version of which Battlefront?
Yeah. It used to be, the load times used to be so long. It was never clear of like, are we waiting for someone because they have to load for 6 minutes, or is this lobby fucked?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's frustrating.
Yeah.
I wish we wouldn't have stopped playing that. That was always one of my favorite games to like mentally check out and play.
Yeah, it's a turn your brain off and mow down some AI guys.
I have to
It's
think
fun
too
time.
much in Apex.
Let me tell you about Destiny. You just turn that brain right off.
Don't. Yeah, I would. Destiny was one of my favorites. Like if we weren't raiding, like if it was like, oh, we're just gonna go grind some fucking shit. I'm like, yes, let's fucking do it. And then it'd be like, now we're raiding tonight, and I'm like, oh. Fuck.
That's Valheim for me these days. It's just so relaxing just to get in there, listen to that beautiful clarinet, and just build stuff.
Fucking the Viking jazz that's just always giving it.
That's right.
Viking jazz. Check out my new genre of music I'm starting.
Would
Viking
watch.
jazz must
You
exist.
would make a killing right now.
Yeah.
100%.
Saw my first song. You guys want to talk about these non-fungible tokens? You want to talk about these NFTs a little bit here?
Oh, I don't want to.
Yeah.
What the
If
fuck
you
are
think we have to,
NFTs?
we can.
So boy, oh boy. I'm going to do my best to, I don't fully understand how this stuff works. I have a very loose, like, kindergarten understanding of it all. An NFT is a non-fungible token, which is something on the blockchain. It's like a Bitcoin, but instead of being worth money, it's a thing. It's not fungible. It's a piece of art, or the original tweet, the Genesis tweet was one of them. It is this thing that you are you're kind of guaranteeing there can only be one of it because it's going onto the blockchain, and the way that blockchains work, such and such, so on. Right? That's why Bitcoin has value, because there will only ever be 21 million of them. These things exist. They are verifiably one of a kind. So a great example. You remember that Wu-Tang album that they only made one? They only sold the one copy of for $1 million to Shkreli, I think, maybe.
Yeah, Martin Shkreli.
Yeah, that would be the perfect thing. You could put that on an NFT, you could put it on the blockchain, and there would only ever be one of those things. You could transfer ownership of it, but you could never modify it. You could never
Duplicate it.
Yeah, you could never duplicate it. You could never pull the. Again, I don't really know the specifications of it, but it is a unique digital good.
Mm-hmm. It's artists have gotten pulled into it. It's big for artists because artists can put this digital thing on the internet, and all of a sudden that digital thing can be populated everywhere. People copy paste it, everyone retweets it, and those are different digital versions now. All of a sudden, they save it to their camera roll, send it to their friends, all that shit. But you can put an NFT on one of these things, and then that is saying, this is the picture, this is the one, this is the thing I uploaded, this is the real deal. If you want to pay money for this, this is the one that has value. All the other ones are just people saving it to their camera roll, sending it to your friends, reposting on Twitter, all that shit. Yes,
exactly. And it gets into the whole thing of like, what is value? Why are things worth money? Because we agree they are, but it is a kind of a brand new thing. And so, like anything, especially because Bitcoin is so volatile, people are just paying out the ass for it. Like $69 million. The Genesis tweet was auctioned off as an NFT for, I think, $69 million.
And what's frustrating is this is not like people are getting these things because there's a limited number of NFTs.
Yes.
They're not getting these things because one piece of art is worth more than the other.
Correct.
Everything is equal one.
It's the value is equal to whatever we put on it, right? If I decide this NFT of the Wu-Tang album is worth $10 million, then it's worth $10 million, I guess.
Sure, but I guess what I'm saying is, maybe I don't fully understand it, but you have a GIF, a very popular GIF
Mm-hmm.
or something, the original, could be worth $1,000
Sure.
or something. Is it right? And I guess I get what you're saying, because it is perceived value, but that perceived value does not seem to come from how important the piece is.
Correct. Yes,
it is
like memes have been very popular. The Nancat NFT, I believe, sold for a few million, and it is digital artwork. It is unique digital artwork that can't be reproduced, and it's like a seal of authenticity, right? You can prove verifiably that it is only yours and you have the real one.
And that's what it can be reproduced, is what, like, the NFT can't.
The NFT cannot.
Right, but that's what makes this thing so bizarre, is that you can just copy the thing still. You can have it for means of function completely exactly like the original, and the only value is that one is the original.
Yes,
which is just like so much of the internet. I do not fucking care if it's the original. I need this fucking GIF, or I need this JPEG, or I need this thing. I don't care how many times it's been copied and shared and pasted. It's just part of this fucking terrible ether that is the internet.
The problem you're having right now is you're thinking of value as a function of usefulness, or like
exactly,
but it is not, and it's never been though.
That.
Even like human society, gold is valuable because we agree it is.
Right.
Like, I can't eat gold. Potatoes, really, a potato standard would make more sense, because at the end of the day, I can eat a potato and survive.
Right.
I can't do jack fucking shit with gold.
Right. Or a famous painting.
We like the Mona Lisa, we just agree it's valuable.
Yeah.
Because we agree it is. Mm-hmm. If we all decided that it wasn't, then it would not be.
Yes.
And the same thing with these NFTs, where right now, because it is so new and speculative, and Bitcoin is so, like, so many Bitcoin millionaires being made overnight, you hear all the stories. Everyone is this FOMO effect that everyone is just selling everything as an NFT, and the price rockets up as a result of that. There was a case earlier in the week where someone had apparently an original Banksy and digitized it, scanned it into an NFT, and then burned the original. Destroyed the original. We might have lost Brando there. Hopefully he reconnects. There he is.
I don't know what I did there.
Someone had a Banksy, original piece of art, scanned an NFT, digitized it, and then burned the original, destroyed the original, so it only exists as an NFT, which is exactly the thing they do in Soma, where they're putting their consciousness into the machine and they kill themselves at the same time.
Yeah.
Because then, isn't this technically the art? If I digitize this and destroy it, isn't this technically the... If I knock down this fucking wall where this graffiti was or whatever? I don't know how you destroy... Isn't that Banksy's thing? Is there... No one knows who they are and they graffiti?
Yeah. Yeah, nobody's ever been able to put a name to Banksy.
They did that thing where they sold the painting, and then the painting went down through the paper shredder.
How many kids? Is it Banksy or Banksy?
It's Banksy.
If you played hockey. Hey, yeah, Banksy. So that basically is what an NFT is. And like the NBA is selling basketball cards.
Yep.
As NFTs. Everybody,
the National Basketball Association.
That's right. Everybody's doing everything as NFTs right now. But that's all it is. It is a thing that is secured by the blockchain. It is like a Bitcoin, but it is a real physical, well, not physical, but it is a digital thing.
It sounds like the digital equivalent to having like a master for a record.
Totally.
Like a printing press, you know? Like,
totally.
I have the master. You can have the copies and make all the copies you want.
Mm-hmm. But
I'm the owner of the master.
You can get into some cases where, like, if I take a picture of a cat and I put that picture on the internet, you know, that picture shows up in wherever. There's no real account. I can't really. It becomes hard to prove. Yo, I took this picture. I own it. You have to pay me for my usage rights to it. Yada yada yada. If that's an NFT, right? If I take a picture and I secure it as an NFT on the blockchain, you can't copy it. The only way to copy that is to pay me to give you the copy of it, or pay me for access.
But and that's what's so weird is at that point, what is the perceived value of this thing that one person wants?
Yeah,
not high.
Then we get into a case where NFT is
weird.
NFT is just a format. NFT is just like Blu-ray almost, or you know, DVD. It's just
get like you can't get like DMCA'd or anything if you're using somebody and they have the token for it, can you?
That would, I mean, I'm sure the DMCA system probably sucks ass, but theoretically that would be the exact use case of it. Where like, I don't have to pay rights on this music because I own it. I can prove I verifiably made this and own this music and I have it here. This is the only one in the world. Like, copyright law is already so weird and fucked, but this would be a weird new fucked way to do it.
It's just another layer to the shit pie.
And it's just such a weird thing to like think about because these things, it feels like gain value because of people's need to have it. And it feels like people's need to have it is born of this thing being copied 1 billion times for free.
Well,
so then the universe sees it and they're like, this thing is great. I need the original of this thing that I found because it's fucking everywhere.
Yeah, it's, I don't know. Think of them like Bitcoin, right? Why is a Bitcoin worth $60,000 right now? Because there's a finite amount of them and people decided they wanted to have them.
Yeah.
Right, but Bitcoins are just Bitcoins. What makes this so weird and unique is these limited things are being associated with just random things.
Sure, but why not, instead of a Bitcoin being worth $60,000, a picture of Batman that I drew?
I'm not exactly, but that's what I'm saying is as soon as you add anything other than just the number to it, it becomes this whole other sticky mess where it's like, well, what makes this Batman picture worth $60,000?
Yeah.
Is it good? Is it a good drawing, or is it something that got associated with a meme and is now hyper popular? And people are like, I gotta own the original because everyone is fucking making this stupid Batman joke. It's the most popular thing in the world. I want to own that because it's worth a lot. But it's worth a lot. That's why you want it. You don't care. Like, the person who buys this thing doesn't want the Batman thing. They want how much it's worth.
You're correct. Right now, totally. Right now, it is people who want to make money off this weird bubble.
It's like a game for the richest people in the world.
But the use case is still totally there, where like you do your Batman picture. It doesn't have to be the most. You can sell for $5. You're like, yo, I own this NFT that I made. Yours for $5 or whatever.
Yeah, just like going on the street and being like, I drew this Batman picture, give me $5 for it.
It's just like, if you think in different cryptocurrencies, it can just be another one of those where like, I have $50 in Ethereum and $50 in Bitcoin and $50 in this NFT of a dick that I bought or whatever.
Mm-hmm. But that's what I'm not like arguing any point. I'm just saying that's what makes this so weird.
It is.
The other two things that you listed are just a currency.
Yes, but they weren't.
This is something tied to a picture of a dick.
10 years ago, Bitcoin was just this weird digital number.
But it was still a digital number only. These things are like things that someone has to be like, what is the value of this to me?
Yeah, I see what you're saying. I totally see it.
Like, everything else is just such an equal, like, Bitcoin is worth this now. Bitcoin is worth this now. Bitcoin, this is like, well, do I want the picture of the dick? Do I want the picture of the Batman? What's the picture of the Batman worth? Why is the picture of the Batman getting worth more now all of a sudden? Is it because it's become super popular? Is it because
like cards?
It's super funny?
It's like baseball cards, you know?
Yeah, totally.
Just like them, when they come up, maybe they're worth nothing, and years down the road, for some reason, Batman's huge in the future. The Snyder Cut really turned everyone around on DC, and everything Batman is just surging.
And I think
10 million %.
That's what I'm trying to get to the bottom of in my head, is that this is much more like baseball cards than it is like Bitcoin.
It is baseball cards secured on the blockchain.
Yes.
Which is what makes it a NFT.
But the value of baseball cards is tied to something else. It is tied to this player's career. It is tied to
not always
what these people did.
Sometimes there's.
You're right. Every now and then it's because this one had a spelling mistake.
Yeah, I was gonna say sometimes there's a misprint card that has value because we just agree that these weird ones are valuable.
Because there's not very many of them.
Right, and NFTs have that scarcity built in, which is why people are paying like $69 million for them.
But they're not scarce in. We could just keep running around in circles on this, but they're not.
It's like a picture of a picture,
right? This baseball card is worth more because it is different than all the other ones.
If you have the Mona Lisa, that is worth money. If you have a picture of the Mona Lisa, that is not worth anything. Anyone can have a picture of the Mona Lisa. If you have the Mona Lisa, Even though you can look at a picture and still be like, yeah, I can still see what I would see if looking at the real thing. But the real thing is worth money because it's unique and there's only one of them. And the copy is not.
Right.
But why? Because you can still look at that copy. The copy can be an exact replication. You can still look at the copy and get the exact same. I'm sure we can recreate it one-to-one with the technology we have these days.
No, totally. No, yeah, that's not. I don't even know what I'm talking. Like I'm not even arguing.
I know.
I'm just like trying to. It's fascinating that these are tied to these items.
Yeah.
That for me makes it very hard to wrap my head. Like I can't one-to-one them with Bitcoin.
Yeah.
I know that's exactly what it is, but it's like it's this other factor that doesn't exist in Bitcoin or Dogecoin or whatever the other one the kids are trading these days. It is something that you're tying these to, like baseball cards. You're tying these to a reason. You're tying these to this makes this more valuable because of this.
Mm-hmm. Well,
whereas
because
Bitcoin,
of this there's only one.
Exactly, but with Bitcoin, there's all the ones are the same.
But there's only 21 million Bitcoin.
Right. All of the one Bitcoins are the same. My one Bitcoin is the same as your one
Bitcoin. That's not true. Every single Bitcoin has its own unique. I can track a Bitcoin from the second it was minted. Every single place it's been. Every single Bitcoin is a fungible token.
Right, but it's not. There's no value to it above it being a Bitcoin. You get nothing but the Bitcoin.
Correct.
With this, it is associated with these weird things.
Yeah, you could take just like owning the Mona Lisa. You could take it out and look at it if you wanted. You know, owning the Wu-Tang album, you could pop that in and listen to it if you wanted.
Sure.
It's probably just a store of value.
Or you could just be like, I just have. It's just money. It's a stack of money.
It's probably just a store of value. Economics are confusing in the best of times, and now that we have this like decentralized finance, blockchain, whatever the fuck is happening with GameStop, NFT nonsense, like it is impossible.
It's the end of the world.
Impossible.
It's the end of the world.
It's pretty much.
It's like that Wu-Tang album that was sold for like $2 million.
Because there was only one.
Makes it worth $2 million.
Fucking Shkreli had it.
Fucking Shkreli.
We'll maybe call that the Snyder Cut is out this week. It's the very last story. Not even.
Is it out today?
It's out on the 18th. I thought.
Okay. I'll tell you, I cared more about that trailer than anything else DC's ever done.
I haven't seen the trailer. I'm gonna go in cold.
Good.
I really dislike the original, so it's got an uphill battle.
It's so frustrating, like seeing all these DC movies, and they're just so bad.
I did see the trailer because I saw Jared Leto say we live in a society, and could not believe they kept it.
And it was some 4x3.
Oh right, yes,
yeah.
I must have seen it because it's in 4x3 for IMAX, but it's coming out on HBO Max, so cool.
It'll be interesting.
I'm gonna chop the sides of my TV off.
I am very glad they are using the original Darkseid instead of fucking. I can't even remember what the guy's name was. Who was the bad guy in the original cut?
Fuck. Joss Whedon.
They fight each other. I don't know. It was Darkseid, and wasn't it?
Nope. No, I don't even think they mentioned his name in the movie.
Justice League.
Steppenwolf.
Villain. Oh, you know what?
Who it was.
Maybe I am mixing up Batman versus Superman and Justice League.
Maybe you loved Justice League.
Maybe I love Justice League.
Did it have the Flash in it?
Yes,
that's how you know.
It did.
Well, that's Justice League.
Okay. Is it the Bat Tank?
Yeah, it had the crawler.
Yeah, okay. I've definitely seen it. The Bat Tank is so fucking stupid. Oh, it makes me so angry. The design makes no sense. It doesn't even look like a bat. It's the Nightcrawler. They call it the Nightcrawler.
Bat crab tank.
It's the slowest thing. They're in a big like vertical shaft and it suckers onto the wall. So Batman has to like sit with all the blood rushing to his head on the fucking side of this. Like, why would you build it like this?
On one hand, I would say that tank is probably way more useful than the actual Batmobile. Like, fuck it, you can't beat just a fucking tank. Yeah. But also on the other hand, these are superheroes, and his tank should be able to fucking fly and shit.
Yeah, it should be. It was like a tank on a walker. It didn't have treads. It had like legs.
A scarab.
Dumb.
It'll be cool. It'll be interesting.
It will be an event.
Yeah.
That's as
I'm
far
way
as I'll
more
go with
excited
it.
for this than I have been any of the other
We
DC
live in a
stuff.
society. That's like in Star Wars 9 when the Emperor says, "Do it."
That's
and
right.
Fucking Brando
It's
and
like
I
when he-
lulled in the theater.
He did the thing.
Yeah.
It's like when
We
that
like-
Star Wars where they said, "Now we're in the Star Wars."
I remember just looking across in the theater and us
Just silently
both
nodding.
laughing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fucking. He said, "Do it."
Can't believe it. Podcast at talkingmarkets.com is an email address if you want to write in some electronic M's here, some emails. We'll do a quick check. You can also drop these on our Discord. Is actually probably the better way to do it. Just go join our Discord. Head on over to talkingmarkets.com. Click on the old Discord button. Just pulling up the old email here. There was nothing in this morning, but sometimes... nope, we are good. We are good. We have solved every qualm.
That's right.
You solve a qualm?
Qualm? Yeah, that's right.
Settle.
Yeah,
I would maybe settle a qualm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Solve a problem, settle a qualm, settle a beef. Yeah, you don't solve a beef.
No.
Settle.
Saute a beef.
We've settled every qualm. You saute a beef, did you say?
No.
Write in some thoughts, What do you think about the Justice League? Do we, in fact, live in a society?
I don't like the Flash.
The concept or the actor or...
I don't like that Flash.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
As a man who likes the concept of the Flash.
It's a terrible Flash.
I don't know. I haven't spent enough time with him to have an opinion one way or the other. But I'll be especially critiquing Flash in the Snyder
people
Cut.
ask me, well, what do you not like about him? And I'm like, he's a little bitch.
He's a slow-ass bitch.
Yeah.
He is everything in that movie. He is not in the comics. Like, it's crazy how different they made him.
I've never been a big DC guy, but growing up, I was like, the Flash is the coolest. Like,
Some of his
fucking
stories
coolest.
in the DC whole universe are really good.
He time travels. I think time travel's kind of interesting, doesn't he?
Yeah.
That's
Man
his
can
whole
fucking
thing.
motor.
He's, faster than light. He can.
Accidentally does it. There's a whole arc about him learning what his powers actually are.
Does he accidentally go faster than light and ends up going back in time or something?
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah,
kinda
the first time.
Barry.
He's young. He's
Allen.
young and
Barry Allen.
Barry Allen,
scrappy,
yeah.
Two
He
first
actually
names.
loses himself to his powers at one point.
Remember there was
The
an
art.
episode
Is that
about him in Smallville. You guys ever watch Smallville?
Couple
No.
episodes. Smallville kind of sucks.
Yeah, well, I liked it at the age I was at. I don't think I could go back to it.
Yeah.
It's never my jam.
Podcast at talkingmarkets.com. Write in some thoughts. Let us know. Or drop them on our Discord, which you should go join anyways. The movie club will be happening this weekend. Podcast questions.
Whiplash.
Maybe something
Watch
did
it.
come in here. Yeah, we'll be watching Whiplash. I lied. There is something on the Discord. Let's see.
Oh,
We're doing this one live. CJ writes in. I hope it's appropriate. He says, "Hey guys, seems like I picked the worst time in the world to try to build a PC. We are not qualified to answer this, but do you think the great semiconductor shortage is a short-term thing? Or do you think parts are going to be hard to find for a long while yet? Should I just suck it up and buy a pre-built at a bit of a premium? Thanks for all you guys do." CJ.
I have read it is only going to get worse.
Yeah, I have read as much. The pre-built premium's not terrible, honestly. That's what I got a nice deal on it. It was like $1,000 off. But my PC coming at the end of the month is a pre-built. My first ever pre-built.
I mean, I might be way off on this, but it seems like everything that you can look for in a computer that you want, you can find in a pre-built somewhere.
Totally.
Just have to find the right places for it.
You just pay more. It's almost always cheaper to build yourself. But I don't. Maybe I'm just getting old. I'm sort of overbuilding my own PCs. I've had enough PC problems that it's gonna be kind of nice to just have like a closed thing with a warranty, where if it fucks up, it's not my problem anymore. Like,
Yeah.
hey, this thing needs to be replaced. Get on it.
Yep.
The console
Absolutely.
of PCs. It's got a 3090 in it, which I think is why it's taking so long,
Ooh.
because they are quite hard to find, apparently.
They're probably looking for one wherever they are.
Yeah.
That'll be really
They
nice
just got
for you,
this
though.
fucking done, completed PC, and they're like, we gotta fucking stick the card in and send it
The
to Matt
graphics
East before he
card.
loses his goddamn mind.
Well, they better hurry up because I'm getting closer every day.
Hear about the legends of the Superstore, man.
The Superstore man?
Yeah. You're losing your shit at Superstore.
I
Can't
see.
have that happen in there.
I see. I've never like got kicked out. I've never like
No.
I've made a small scene. I've never had like an employee come over and be like, "Yo, what are you doing?" Like, you know, freaked out. I just take pictures of people who don't have masks on now, and it turns out if you just take a picture of someone, which by the way is completely legal, there's no reasonable expectation of privacy in a fucking supermarket, despite what people tell you. If you bring your phone out and act like you're videoing or taking a picture of someone who knows that they are being a fucking tool by not wearing a mask, you don't have to say anything. They just get so mad. So fucking mad. You're just
I can imagine.
What are you fucking filming me for? What are you fucking filming me for?
Explained my career to me.
Did I give you permission to film me? I'm calling the cops.
No, sir.
Okay.
No, sir, I don't.
Oh, fuck.
The cops will not respond to this call, sir.
Yeah.
No.
You have no reasonable expectation of privacy in a goddamn supermarket. Podcast at talkingbucks.com is the email address, or drop on the Discord. That's gonna do it for us. If you're not a patron, go check out the Patreon, weebs.ca. If you are a patron, we'll be getting back to Attack on Titan and what's that other show? Cowboy Bebop this week. And we'll be doing some stuff around too. So if you are a patron not at the anime tier but lower, some stuff will be, I think Mob Psycho, I don't know where it is now, but I think I'm gonna move
You
Mob
should name
Psycho
the tiers
down.
after us. Brandon tier.
Brandon tier be like third tier.
Third
Three, 5 being the top. You'd be 3.
Top tier. That's pretty good tier.
Maybe 4.
Mob Psycho is just incredible.
That'll probably be you then, Kev.
Guys are in for a treat.
Yeah, Mob Psycho, very good, very very good. It from the folks who did One Punch Man, so it's for the anime for people who don't like anime. The thing I'll say going into it is that first episode looks like it's drawn really poorly, but it is a total inside meme. Like it is an inside joke for people who read a lot of manga and watch a lot of anime. Just stick with it, because my first impression was like, "Ooh, what
That lady's
fucking
face,
shit
yeah.
am I looking at?" It is like drawn hilariously bad, but
Yeah.
it is done with intention, and they make good on it.
Fantastic.
Go check that out. Weebs.ca. Brandon Lynch. Apparently someone says Weebs.ca won't work for them. If that doesn't work, just go to patreon.com/talkingbucks.
I'll check it right now. We've got 2 E's.
Weebs got 2 E's.
Weebs.ca.
And a B.
It works.
Not secure.
Yeah.
No
so
Z.
you might get that not secure. I think that's what people get. It's just a
www.
redirect to Patreon, so I don't know what's
.ca.
unsecure about it. That was Weebs
They
with an
cannot
S.
be reached. That's mean.
If you
Should
click
be able
through
to
that
just go more options.
Oh, with an S?
Weebs.ca. Yeah.
Here's
If you
the problem.
well, no, you just have to click through that security thing not verified.
Oh,
Nope.
Weeb.ca.
When I put the S, it took me straight there.
Oh yeah, there you
I
go.
was putting Weeb.
Oh no, Weebs.ca. It was between Weebs.ca or Hentais with an S. Hentais.me.
You made the right call.
Do you think Hentais.me? If I could have got
I mean,
Hentai.
.me is funny, but
.me would have been perfect.
yeah,
Can't get
hentai
the S on
has
there.
hentai has a. I mean, maybe not fair, but it's got a little of a correlation in my head
Yeah,
that
With-
I
with
wouldn't want my boss
good
looking over
things,
my
right?
shoulder
sexy times.
when I was
right?
typing it in.
I'm just gonna head on over
They're
to.
like, "What's a hentai?" They say, what's a weeb?" I'm like, "Well, this fucking anime pervert."
Yeah,
They say, "What's
it's
an
actually it's an epithet for.
This is what hentai. I'm like, oh, don't go back to your office and type that in.
Yikes.
Podcast at talkingbucks.com. That's all I got. Brandon Lynch, thank you very much for joining us.
Pleasure.
Kyle, Kyle. No, it was like,
Bokucho.
yeah, it was.
Oh, I don't
Bo
remember.
Jones.
Chocobo, but different.
I remember. It was it Jong Bosek? Was that the anime?
Oh, I don't remember what the anime was.
Neither do I. I fucked it all up. It's all
We
ruined.
lost it.
It's all ruined. Let's stop
let's
doing
start
this.
over.
This is a dumb bit, anyways.
Take it from the top.
This is for nerds. It was
Anime perverts.
Anime. You don't need to. That's redundant. You can just say perverts. I can't even. I can't even. I'm on my anime list name and I can't even find it. Bae Jong Ho. That's
There
what
we
it
go.
was. Yes, Kyle Bae Jong Ho from the anime.
Thanks for having me.
Inazuma 11 Go Galaxy. Thanks for joining
My favorite.
us.
We have to
Top
wrap
tier.
this up so I can go Galaxy.
Gonna make a fungible token of my own, you know what I'm saying?
Oh,
And you at home, thanks very much for joining us, for watching or listening. Go check out the Patreon.
Well, fucking Dutch angle. Take us out.
And we'll see you here next week on the next episode of the Talking Reckless podcast. See you then.